With all these holidays amongst us, I'm sure that we're all searching for that next great special to take our holiday plans to the next level, or that bargain that we simply cannot resist. But more often than not, these deals are too good to be true. Now, SABRIC CEO Kalyani Pillay is back in the loft to help us avoid being another holiday scam victim. Welcome back to the loft. You know, I absolutely love these moments that we get to bond and connect because more than anything, I'm learning. I love a good bargain. I'm not sure about our viewers out there, but how do we know what's real and what to engage in and what is a complete scam?
I think, Palesa, everybody's looking out to get some kind of bargain, and why not? You know, absolutely. So I think the thing that everybody needs to be very mindful of is, for one, don't be too emotional and don't get so excited when you see this absolute bargain and this great special. Just bear in the back of your mind that it could possibly be a scam. And most often they are, especially when it's really such a great deal. So the important thing that we say to people is it's very difficult to detect sometimes, but what the perpetrators actually do, they organize syndicates. They create fake websites. Wow. And when you go onto that website, it will, of course, offer you great prices for air tickets, wonderful accommodation, additional packages to go with it if you want to have meals with it.
All the convenience.
Absolutely. And of course, you get completely sucked in, and that's what happens to most people. And so this is really, again, about social engineering. And so we're saying to bank customers, please be on the lookout for the fact that these specials could actually be part of a whole hoax. Wow. You know, go onto the URL once you're on the web page, put your cursor on it, and if it changes, then you know immediately that you're on a fake website. You know, that's one of the things. Okay. Look out for HTTPS again. Very important, because when you book this accommodation or travel tickets, you would need to make a payment, because that's what it's about, is that they want your money. So make sure that you're on a secure site, because they would need to obtain those certificates in order to be registered. So it's not the only thing you should be looking out for, because perpetrators now are trying to even mimic that. But these are all the things that you need to start looking out for. So also contact the company. If there's a telephone number, or you know, don't phone the number that's on the website or on the advert that you receive, but try and do a search yourself for that particular company and try and find out. But you know, we're saying to bank customers, because you're going to be paying, you should make sure that you look out for the other security features that will help you, your double level of authentication, like 3D Secure. Very important to register or to enable your payment system so that you get 3D Secure authentication as well.
What is 3D Secure, and how does one register to become make sure that you're safe?
So what happens is that most often banks have already built it into the offerings to their clients. But if you go onto your bank's website yourself, so type into the URL your bank's web address, go in, you'll be able to download 3D Secure so that you have this functionality when you're making payments. What actually happens with it is that it's a second level of authentication. So when you put in your card details on this website, which of course by then you should already have checked for all the security features, when you're making the payment, then you put in your card details and you click the button to say pay. Then you'll get a second screen coming up which has a window on it which will ask for a one-time password.
Yes, the OTP.
And what will happen is that the one-time password will usually be sent to, most often to your mobile phone. Then you put that in. So that's another level of authentication.
What are the factors or most identifiable that we can kind of set the alarm bells ringing?
Well, you know, again, if it is an absolute special or a bargain, look out for that. Be suspicious immediately. You know, really, it's so important, because it's so difficult to get your money back, because you could book holiday accommodation and go to the place and find that you actually don't have it. You won't get any confirmations. You may be expecting travel tickets, you're not going to get them, and then you can't find the person because it's all behind it. It's faceless people, and you don't actually then know who you're dealing with, and it makes investigations very difficult. So just, you know, I would also encourage the viewers to go onto the SABRIC website, which is www.sabric.co.za, and if you click under Stay Safe, you'll see under holiday scams all the information that you should constantly remind yourself on.
I love that. Kalyani, lastly, unfortunately, you found yourself a victim. What does one do? How can you make sure that you escape and get everything that's been taken from you back?
That's unfortunately, the difficult part of it, because once you've paid, it's very difficult to get your bank to even recall that because the payment's already gone. So, but you should notify your bank, and you obviously have to notify the police. Unfortunately, investigation is extremely difficult. But if for any reason the payment's not taken out of the account to which it went, it's possible that it can be stopped. But most often it's too late. So rather take all the precautions beforehand than become a victim of it.
Prevention is better than cure. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Kalyani, for coming through. A whopping 8,254 SIM swap incidences were reported in 2018 in South Africa, and that number is just increasing. So join us next week where SABRIC CEO Kalyani gives us tips on how to avoid becoming a victim of fraud.
We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are SABRIC.